Hi everybody, here's your weekend round 18 holes guide for the Eastern Odyssey Tournament Expert Division here on the channel. Hope you do well this weekend. Let me know in the comments section how you get on. Please give me a thumb up and make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well. Front 9, new wind directions, plenty of drops here to work from as well, and as always some suggestions as we go along. Back 9, don't forget, is a repeat of the wins in the opening round. But all 18 holes are here for your convenience. Timestamps in the video description down below. Good luck everybody, here we go. Nasty wind angle here. We are going to start with the quarterback, blue ring touching the rough on the right at the top of plus 10 yards. That will be valid if you have QB 9 or 10. Switch to APOC and sniper bag. Then we go with 5.8 top spin and 3 bars side spin to the right. The adjustment here is going to be maximum distance, 10% elevation. I would recommend you stick with a power 3 ball on this one because we are going to be using the min line of our sniper on the approach. So if you go to a higher power ball, it might mess up the adjustment. Full overpower, slowish needle, 3/4 ball curl to the right. It is going to shake a little bit more with APOC 4, I'm afraid, so just try and focus on hitting perfect here. And we're going to roll down the fairway, and you want to be in the region of 380 to 385. Second shot, find the minimum distance line with our sniper, and I have the white ring touching the rough on the left. Then spin will vary here, but I'm adding spin to get the ball guide going to the cup. You might need to move slightly left or right with your aim, so don't religiously keep the white ring touching the rough. If you need to aim a little bit to the right after you've added spin to save time, then you can of course do so. When I was aiming here, I just noticed the ball guide was maybe one click favouring the right side of the flagstick, but hardly anything really. Take a token or two just to check different wind angles and strengths. Min plus 5 is the adjustment here. Minimum distance, 5% elevation. Always going to play from the min line of a power 3 ball, and there's the eagle. No move target here with the grizzly. We're going to go with 2.5 backspin and 3 bars side spin to the right. Adding spin, you can see the tip of the ball guide there will point to the edge of that dark green square. So there's another reference if you accidentally move your target or you've got the wrong clubs or something like that. Max plus 10, power 3 numbers. Use grizzly 9 numbers on this one please, and pull twice over the bullseye. Okay, just to make sure you've got all the details you need. Then we're going with half a ball of curl to the right. The curl may vary due to wind angle here, and it's never great to use curl on a par 3, but just to keep this free to play with a side spin 3 ball, there's a reference drop for the hole in 1. On the drive here, going to set up with the quarterback, blue ring touching the rough on the right at P3 max rest with quarterback 9 and 10. Then we switch to APOC and sniper bag, 5.8 top spin and 2 bars left spin. Once we've found position and added spin and of course swapped our clubs, we go max plus 10 power 3 settings. For me, that is going to be 6.6 rings. For you, obviously, it may well be a different number, so use your wind apps according to your wind strength and club level that you've got. Full overpower, no curl, a really slow needle here, perfect ball away. And we want to bounce over the rough and the sand and down the next fairway. And it's going to be in the region of 370 to 375. Seem to get an extra couple of yards on this one. This setup here I'm giving you is pretty much a eagle, guaranteed eagle, or rather safe eagle. But if you want to tweak it, you can. 3 to 3.2 top spin and 3 left spin. You see I'm going to mid and max range here. Unfortunately, there's no plus yards check that I could find with a decent reference point, so this is a bit of a true club distance one. So guess where you are between min and max. I would have the blue ring touching the rough here and estimate your slider. This for me, I played 40% slider, 10% elevation, but I would reduce that down to 5. Obviously the best chance of the albatross is using a power 5 ball and going for a rough bump. Make sure you've got a bit of a favour of 12.01 here just to avoid landing in the rough on your first bounce. Hole in 1 here, and the position before spin, we're going to have the red ring touching the rough on the right, blue ring touching the bunker on the left. Then we are adding spin to have the ball guide short of the hole. It's going to be around 3 top spin and around 0.9 to 1 right spin. You can see there the ball guide is just aiming towards the right edge of the cup if you were to extend that out visually. 7.8 wind here, try and keep it below 8 miles an hour. Mid -5, power 3, use sniper 10 numbers. I would like you to favour 12.01 if anything. 11.59 here is going to push the ball too far towards the bunker. So practice this one, get a feel for the pull angle because it is pull angle sensitive in this wind angle. And we're just sneaking that in on the left side. On the drive here, we're going to go with the APOC and a sniper approach. Add spin first, 5.8 top spin, 3 left spin, and then we find our position. Clear ring, half of it inside the rough at the top of +5 with APOC 5 and 6. APOC 4 you will be at top of +11, and you will have 10% of the clear ring on the fairway. APOC 7 you will have approximately 10% of the clear ring inside the rough because you've got more accuracy. Max +5, power 3, not adjusting into overpower. Even with APOC 4 you wouldn't be adjusting into overpower here unless you had a high wind and a predominantly more headwind angle. If you do adjust into overpower, add that on to your shot, but if not, just go with inner ball curl to the left and it will bounce nicely on the fairway and down the next fairway, and we want a nice roll into the tree shadows around 360 yards. Second shot, I would always play from the max line of the sniper, and for reference here I'm thinking around half of the blue ring inside the rough, but it might vary depending on your drive. Then add spin, and it will vary depending on your drive, but look at the offset that I've got here. I would like you to aim a little bit more to the right. I think 2 more clicks of right spin we'd have got this to drop. Unfortunately this lips out, so you can see there a little bit short of pin and around just over 2 green squares to the right. But pause the video, get a bit of a different reference with that ball guide aiming slightly more to the right, but only a smidgen here. Always playing max distance, 0 elevation. Sniper 9 you might need a little bit less backspin according to your club having 2 yards less power, but as I say, it all varies depending on your drive. Unfortunately just lipping out of this one, but the speed's very good. Berserker here, we can still send it even though it's predominantly crosswind with a hint of tailwind. Bullseye over the rough, move from the centre of that dent in the fairway to the right until the ball guide gets clipped away. Top of +24 with APOC 5 and above. P5 max rest with APOC 4. In the video here I go with 6.2, 6.3 top spin and 2 left spin, but if 5.8 is all you have available then that's absolutely fine as well. Max +10, P5, pulling our rings here, going to be for me 9.2 in this wind strength. Then we leave the target where it is, no push-up needed even with APOC 4, and you can see we're at +15, so it's going to be slightly steady. APOC 4 you are going to have a shakier needle though. And we're going with just under half a ball of curl to the left, hit perfect. Obviously the more topspin the better, you're going to get close to the green. Here this left me with an Embringer wedge of 62% slider. You're going to play it as usual, 20% P5. Tailwind here, so we're going to go with max backspin and 1 right spin with our sniper. I would recommend you try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour. Not tested this in higher wind. I would like you to alter the aim here. I go with about 3/4 or 4/5 of the blue ring inside the rough. I would like you to go further left and aim with half of the blue ring inside the rough. And the plus yards as follows. Top of +3 with sniper level 10, top of +5 with sniper level 9. Max +20, power 3 numbers. Only 1 pull here, that's another reason for keeping it under 8 miles per hour. You then don't need to worry about doing 2 pulls here, you can keep it under 10 rings. So max +20, P3, sniper 10 numbers. Like I say, the speed's good here, but just missing to the right, so aim with half the blue ring inside the rough, should get you close or in for the hole-in-one. Going to play left side here because the drive is a little bit easier. White ring touching the rough on the right at the top of +2 with a quarterback level 9+. Then switch to APOC, 5 top spin, 3 left spin, and the adjustment is max +10. You don't have to use a wind 4 ball here, but it will help you out on both shots, to be honest. Gives you a slower needle on the drive. and also less wind effect to deal with on the second shot. We are going here with a bit more curl than that. I had a bit on. There we go. About 1 3/4 ball curl to the left. Full overpower with a slow needle. Always look at the T, and if you were to draw a line vertically down, look at where it would intersect the triangle or the adjustment ring. That's your reference. If you're worried about a great right or rolling too far into the rough, then reduce the topspin down to 4.7, 4.8. Ultimately, the choice is yours. If you've got lower wind than that, then I would recommend you just reduce that topspin down a bit slightly, just to safeguard it. Second shot, we push up 5 rings from min, always, and then add spin. And here you can see minimal spin required, just going to be a little bit of top spin really, maybe a click or two of side spin, but you can always adjust the aim afterwards, going ball guide to the pin. So very simple there. If you need to shunt the aim left or right after you've added your top spin, then you can do. It's nice to play it without side. 5 rings up from min, we're always going to do that unless there's any glitch spots, in which case you might need to compromise. And we're going 13% slider, 10% elevation, centre the ball, and this one has a pretty good chance at dropping from my experience. Perfect ball away, bouncing on the fairway, going to miss the bunker on the left, bouncing clearly away from it, and we get a good camera angle, and we're falling for the eagle. All right, bit of headwind to deal with here then. We are going to go with top of +4 with APOC 5 and above, top of +10 with APOC 4. 5.8 topspin, 3 bars side spin to the left. Ring references as follows: APOC 4, 30% of the blue ring inside the rough on the left. APOC 5 and 6, blue ring touching the rough. APOC 7, 30% of the clear ring on the fairway. Max +10, P3, not going to take us into overpower, but it would do with APOC 4, so add that on. We are going to go with 2 1/4 ball curl to the left and circle drop overpower. If you adjust into overpower with APOC 4, do your circle drop and then add on whatever you adjust into. As you can see, we're comfortably away from the rough, getting a nice roll. You want to make it into the shaded section of the fairway, around 368 yards. Second shot here, I'm going to give you a tweak. I'm adding spin. You can see there using, it's 1.5 backspin, 3 right spin. Didn't leave the spin box on very long there, so apologies for that. 1.5 back, 3 right, and then you can see the ball guide going beyond the pin by a couple of green squares. I would like you to ditch the offset though and set up with the ball guide through the hole, because I missed this one to the right as we were looking at it along the line of the shot. In the video I played the adjustment that's on the notepad, but I used power 3 numbers. I would reduce that down to power 2 based on the miss here. +1 landing position, you're going to play 72% slider, 5 elevation, that will be equivalent to +3 with sniper 9. Always use sniper 10 numbers. Like I say, I would recommend you ditch the offset based on this attempt and go with power 2 settings instead, but the speed is very good there on this par 5. If you're enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to support that and help keep it free, we've launched a brand new patreon.com homepage. There is the link. There are lots of perks if you want to become a member over there. All support of the channel is massively appreciated, and it will help, of course, to continue to provide the Golf Clash content here for you. So please go and check that out over at patreon.com/BK Golf Clash. We're going to play on the right hand side here with this wind angle. We're going to use the rock. Of course, there is a blast shot available if you want to go for it, but there is, of course, some risk involved there, so I'll leave that one to you. 4 top spin, 3 right spin, red ring touching the rough at P3 max rest with the rock level 8, and that will be top of +15 with the rock level 9. If you don't have the rock level 8 plus, you can use a different driver. Reference the second bounce once you've added spin. Max +10 is the adjustment, and we're going with 0.8 ball curl to the right, so the edge of the Kingmaker touching the inside wall of the adjustment ring on the right, and it's just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. We want to approach the end of the fairway here. Great safe on either side. Drive distance is going to be around 385 to 390. Second shot, we're going to make a blue ring fringe check, so BFC on the notepad. with the ball guide in line with the hole, a blue ring touching the beginning of the fringe. And then I'm going to add spin, and you can see here it's going to be 2.2 backspin and half a bar of left spin. Might vary though depending on your drive, but the ball guide reference is the key on this one. I'm looking to have an offset. Here I set up one green square to the left and about a green square and a half short. We drop this one on the right hand side though, so it may be advisable just to have a click more left spin or aim a little bit more to the left to try and drop it dead centre. +7 blue fringe check with sniper 10 would be +9 with sniper 9, and you're going to play that 54% slider, 0 elevation. Use sniper 10 numbers, as you can see, just sneaking it in on the right hand side. On this par 3 we're going to add spin first, 3 back spin and 3 right spin, and then I'm looking at the tip of the ball guide. I want to be at the top of +1 with grizzly 9, top of +4 with grizzly 7 and 8, and the ball guide tip going there into the middle of that dark green square row. So make sure you've got the right position from left to right as you're looking at it from the tee to the pin. And then we're going to adjust max +20, power 3 settings. Here I would advise you to keep the wind below 8 miles per hour because as you'll see here, making 2 pulls over the bullseye, any more than 8 miles per hour you're probably going to be adjusting off the edge of the platform, and that may cause you to lose distance, and it's also an awkward adjust there. So if you keep the wind low, kind of below 8, you should be okay. Use outer wall curl to the right. It does need a little bit of a tweak here. Always use grizzly 9 numbers. Unfortunately, just lipping out there on the left hand side, so small tweak needed. Going to go aggressive here. We're going to still play with a power 3 ball though. We are adding spin first, 5.8 top spin, 1 bar left spin, and then we set up with the ball guide pointing down the middle of the fairway. There is the position, you can see just settling on it here. Second bounce over the rough, top of +10 with APOC 5 and above. P3 max rest if you've got APOC 4. The reference here is purely on the ball guide aim, so pause the video and try and replicate that one as best you can, because obviously we've got no ring references here, setting up miles away from the rough on either side. Max +10, P3, full overpower, it will be a slow needle, and we're going to centre the ball, hit perfect. Great balls may risk the rough either side, especially with lower accuracy clubs, so try and knuckle down and hit perfect on that one. Seems to be room for a minor great left and right with APOC 6+, I would think. Drive distance going to be around 400. Second shot, we're going to play a landing position plus yards, add spin first. 5 top spin, 1 left spin, and then we're adding our spin first, finding our position, yellow ring, small gap between the yellow ring and the rough line, and the ball guide is going to the cup. And you can see, ball guide to the cup. +5 is the landing position, so for sniper 10, we're going to go 82% slider, 10% elevation, power 2 numbers. Sniper 9, your slider reference will be the same, but your plus yards will be +7 for 82% instead, but still use sniper 10 numbers. Final thing, apart from adjusting accurately here, do not hit a great right. A great right will miss the rough and send you into the rough at the back of the green. So try and hit perfect here, please. If you're not comfortable with that, just take a safe bounce up instead, but a very good chance. Hole in one here for you. Find your position first. We're going to use the red ring for our reference here. We're going to have it touching the bunker on the left and the rough on the right, so make sure you've got those 2 points locked in. Then we add spin. Now it might vary by a click or two either way depending what pixel you're on in the rough to get those red ring references, but you want 4.2 top spin and then right spin as required. Get the ball guide through the hole, just favouring the left side of the pin though by a little click there. So pause the video, take a good look at the picture. Now, even though I'm going to use max -10, that's not a mistake, and I'm not kind of lost my bearings with adjusting. This is not an uphill shot, but that adjustment gives me the right amount of rings that I use to drop the shot. So it's just a way of getting the maths. So don't worry that it's a weird adjustment. Max -10 P4, sniper 10 numbers. That is what I pulled in the video, and that's what has been getting me the drop. So that's what I'm going with, and there's the hole in one. Here we're going to go with a Kingmaker or a Kingslayer, add spin first, 5.8 top spin, and 3 bars left spin. And once we've done that, time to find our position. APOC 5 and above will start at the top of +4. APOC 5 and 6, your ring reference will be half of the clear ring inside the rough. APOC 4, you'll be at the top of +10 yards, and your rings are bigger, so you would have 90% of the clear ring inside the rough. APOC 7 ring reference there, you would have only 10% of the clear ring inside the rough because your rings are smaller. Max +5, power 3, inner wall curl to the left, and then we're going with circle drop over power. Shouldn't really give you a shaky needle at all, should be a nice speed for you to hit perfect. Bouncing on the fairway, hopping over the rough, avoiding the bunker, and rolling just before or into the tree shadows here around 353 yards. Second shot, we need to set up a little bit further away from max to have room to adjust. So I'm going to suggest you play with around 2.5 to 2.8 top spin. It will vary depending on your drive. Unfortunately, I tweaked the aim a little bit in the spin here, and I really should have left it alone because I think I'd have got the drop if I hadn't tweaked it. I'm aiming towards the left edge of the pin here, left edge of the cup. Ball guide 1 green square short. As you can see, I'm just making a small alteration here to have the ball guide further away, but unfortunately this misses short and also to the side, so I really should have aimed at the pin and left it where it was in terms of the top spin. Take a token or two and put some tweaks in yourself here though. +2 with sniper 10, +4 with sniper 9, you play 75% slider, 10% elevation, 2.5% per yard. Use sniper 10 numbers, perfect ball here. Not threatening overpower with sniper 10. If you're very unlucky with the wind angle and strength with sniper 9, you might need a smidgen. But look at that, should have aimed at the pin, and I shouldn't have backed off with the top spin. Aggressive again here with this lovely wind angle with a berserker. We're going to set up first, and it's the top of +24. Move to the right and find the first point where the ball guide gets clipped by the rough at top of +24. APOC 4, you will be at P5 max rest. Here I go with 6.2 top spin and 2 left spin. If you only have 5.8 top spin available, don't worry, you can still play this shot with that. You will just have a few more percent on the side for your wedge. You could even push the top spin a bit more if you want to try and get close to the green. Max +0, P5, and here it is just over half a ball curl to the left. Lovely slow needle, no push up needed at all here, just concentrate on hitting perfect, and it's going to bounce on the fairway nicely, roll down the next fairway, and you're going to be left with a very makeable end bringer school wedge. Usual elevation 20%, P5 numbers. Start with a basic ball here and add spin first. In the video I go with 4.5 backspin, but I would like you to play with a click or two more, so maybe try 4.7. You'll see why at the end of the video. Then switch to your Kingmaker or your Kingslayer, and we're looking at the blue ring on the right hand side this time, the rough on the right, and we want the blue ring touching the rough on the right at the top of +1 with sniper 10, top of +3 with sniper 9. In the video I go mid +30, power 3 numbers. Another tweak to this one, I would like you to play power 2 numbers instead, and again you'll see why when we take our shot. The palm trees are an absolute nuisance here. They will be in the way. Try and adjust as accurately as you can. They may be even more of a nuisance if you get more headwind angle. Pushing rings is no easier because you can't zoom in enough. This is just a nasty wind angle in terms of making a ring adjustment. So I would go mid +30, power 3, sniper 10 numbers. As you will see here, we hop over the left edge of the cup, so those 2 tweaks should get you at the pin for the hole in one. I play on the right side here, blue ring touching the rough on the left at the top of +6 with APOC 5 and 6. APOC 7, your ring reference will be 30% of the clear ring on the fairway on the left. 5 top spin, 3 side spin to the right. APOC 4, you'll be at top of +12, 30% of the blue ring overlapping the rough on the left. Max +10, power 3 numbers. Adjust your rings. For me, that was 6.6 rings, and then take our shot. We're going to go with half a ball right curl and just before circle drop OP. Hitting perfect, and this one, you might get a glitch roll occasionally here. I've tried to reduce the risk of that as much as possible, but it is still a possibility. Hopefully you're going to be around that little join in the fairway, but if you shoot past it, it doesn't matter. You've still got a good distance check on the second shot. Top white pin check, TWPC, so move the top of the white ring to the pin, and then we're going to use the plus yards displayed. +2 in my instance with Grizzly 9 would be +5 with Grizzly 7 and 8. Add spin, 3.2 backspin. Here I am aiming on the left edge of the cup, however I would like you to aim at the pin. I didn't need the offset here, tweaked it a couple of times, but just missed this one where I was aiming. So I would get rid of the offset, aim it dead centre at the pin, and keep the adjustment the same. So for +2, 36% slider, 30% elevation, pull twice over the bullseye. And like I say, just without the offset, you should be okay here and getting this one dead centre for an eagle with the Grizzly. So +2 with Grizzly 9, +5 with Grizzly 7 and 8. Always use Grizzly 9 numbers. Here we have a nice tailwind angle, but we're still going to play on the left-hand side to reduce risk. APOC 5 and 6, topper +0, blue ring touching the rough with APOC 5 and 6, 5.8 top spin, 3 left spin. APOC 7, your ring reference, you would have 30% of the clear ring on the fairway. APOC 4, you will have 30% of the blue ring overlapping the rough, and you will be at the top of +6 yards. Max +15, power 3, and we're going with 2 ball curl to the left, and just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. Hit perfect on this one, going to bounce comfortably away from the rough and roll down the next fairway. Take care not to overpower it any more than I'm advising, otherwise if you get giddy with the OP or have some accidental one, you're going to land straight into the rough. Second shot, we're going to go with always 3 bars of right spin, and here I'm using 4 backspin. So 4 backspin, 3 right spin. Add your spin and look at the offset. Ball guide in the middle of that dark green square row, about 4 green squares before the pin. However, this one you just need to tweak the aim. I would shunt it over to the left, maybe have the tip of the ball guide about 1/3 of the way across, or maybe 1/4 of the way across, because this one misses just right. +9 with sniper 10 will be +11 with sniper 9. You're going to play 92% slider, 10% elevation. Zoom in to adjust your rings and hit perfect. And like I say, a small tweak to the aim should get you in for the albatross here on this par 5. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.